Book 300. Good morning, good morning. Welcome back to Morning Motivation with Matthew Daniels, and today I'm going to tell you guys about Cashier by day, Vigilante by night. That's right, Cashier by day, Vigilante by night. But what is Matthew Daniels talking about? A long time ago, in an area of the earth that sat next to what we now call the Gulf of Mexico today, there stood a city with a population of around 60,000 people. Within this city, there lived a man who lived there, but he was not born there. This man, who is one of my ancestors no less, had a very active imagination, and he would spend most of his time daydreaming about various situations and circumstances. Because of his tendency to let his mind wander about, this man bounced around from job to job until he finally got hired on as a cashier at a local grocery store. One night, while working the cash register, this man looked up and saw a strange-looking customer enter the building. This customer's clothes were disheveled, his hair was styled up with thick black dreadlocks, and he was carrying a small brown suitcase. Trying not to stereotype the man, the cashier looked him over and then went back to taking care of his customers, although he thought in his mind that the customer seemed rather odd. As the night went on, the time came to close the store, and the manager locked the front doors, and he walked around turning off the lights. As he did, unbeknownst to the last three workers in the building, the strange customer had been hiding out in the bathroom the entire time. Catching everyone off guard, the strange customer emerged from the bathroom stall, brandishing a firearm, and he demanded that the manager give him all of the money in the safe. Okay, the manager told him, raising his hands in the air. I'll give you anything you want, just don't hurt us. As the strange customer robbed the place, the cashier heard his name being called in the distance, and he looked around. Snapping back to reality and realizing that he had been daydreaming again, the cashier apologized for losing focus. Come on, man, the manager said. You have a line at your register. The cashier shook his head and went back to work, checking out the frustrated customers. As he did, he looked up towards the front door, and he saw a strange-looking customer enter the building. This customer's clothes were disheveled, his hair was styled up with thick black dreadlocks, and he was carrying a small brown suitcase. Realizing it was the same man from his daydream, the cashier shook his head as if to clear his mind. It can't be, he thought. The man then wrestled with himself as his gut told him that something was definitely wrong, but he did not know how to explain this to his manager. However, he did not want to do nothing and then end up getting robbed. The cashier waited until he saw the manager preparing to lock the doors and turn off the lights, and he asked him to go to the bathroom. When he reached the back portion of the store, he hid behind a pallet of water and waited to see if the strange man would emerge from the bathroom with a weapon. It didn't take him long. Just as he saw in his daydream, the strange customer came sneaking out of the bathroom with a firearm. The cashier, catching him off guard, sprang from behind the pallet of water and tackled him to the ground. Then he yelled for help as he wrestled with the robber for control of the gun. The manager and other employee came running, and together they easily subdued the robber and thwarted his plans. The cashier then thought back to all of the other times he would daydream about random situations and circumstances, and he began to wonder if he had ever seen the future before and just did not realize it. When the news got out about what happened, everyone praised the cashier for saving the day. And from that day forward, the cashier began to analyze his daydreams a little closer, and he told himself that he would always follow his gut. And so, the morning motivation of today is Cashier by day, Vigilante by night. Many of us were born into this world with a heightened intuition, and it is as if we can sometimes see the future before it happens. Our gut tells us when something is wrong or off, and it tells us when someone should not be trusted. When we ignore this instinct, we tend to get into trouble, and when we listen to it, we tend to dodge a very negative situation. Today, I want you to listen to your gut and follow your intuition, and always strive to do that which is good. And remember, you are awesome, you are amazing, you are wonderful, and you are great, and you are going to change the world. I just hope I'm still alive to see it, family. I'm out. Good morning. To order books in the Morning Motivation with Matthew Daniels book series, Search Morning Motivation with Matthew Daniels on Amazon.com or visit www.dandyandbigherm.com.